Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Monsillon. I hope you're having a good day. I thought I'd come and speak about transcendental psychology. I'm sorry about the decor. I'm going to soon do all I can to have a studio to take care of all my presentation and repair all those aspects. For now, I'm just doing what I can with what I have. And so I come anyway and speak. I wanted to discuss the fact that we're all growing and evolving together. Everybody is ascending. There is no one that's not ascending through the process, but the energies of the ascension is received differently, and everybody has a different path. Some people are just meant to move from 3D to 4D. Others are meant to complete the ascension into 7D. So it all depends on our soul or beyond or whatever. So it all depends on our, we just need to move into our own flow. But we also want to let go of expectation, because the expectation will breed disappointment. So we want to just be surprised and be expecting the best. For there is always we got to be careful, because there is still the biblical snake that is here, always luring in the shadows. Anytime he sees that there is within your mind, within your energy, there is a point where he can actually play, confuse, separate, create conflict, create doubts. He will use that. So it's like, this is still allowed. Those are just tools in the hands of God, so we can self-determine into not allowing ourselves to be deceived by this snake. For everybody is responsible. We cannot blame those fallen beings for. Say, it's not my fault. It's his. No, it's you. Anybody choose. If we're not conscious of it, then we are fooled, but we can always recorrect. But when we choose to adopt a certain path, then we have to accept the responsibility and still love to just allow to continue to move into gratitude and abundance, between gratitude and abundance. And today the card of the day is the great blessing. It's called blessings. It is a miracle that comes from heaven, and it is deserved. It is timing. It's been there is so many forms of transformation. What we're learning is to become the God of our life, the CEO of our life, the emperor of our life, and to rule our own energy, to be dominant over all our mental energy, not to be deceived or manipulated or dominated by some kind of other spirit. So it's like the true spirit of God resides within, and then there is the alignment with the higher realm up there. So it's just when you run a company or whatever, you always look for counsel. Who's got the best information? It's not about knowing everything. It's about knowing where to go when you don't know. So you always have counsels. Or know that you have counsels in the invisible realm that have your highest good at heart, and able to provide from the soul, from your guides, from your God self. There is all kinds of sources in the invisible world that works as a unified field. And I'm going to pull some cards. I'm realizing that my imperfection must contribute to the infinite perfections of God. For God is perfect, infinitely perfect, yet once we move into the universal realm, there is a ground. The perfection is at best relative, and so we're growing within that, and but we must contribute within that. But the observer of the day is letting go of good and evil, and this morality, the great inquisitor. We're not here to be the inquisitor. Let life take care of that, and just be. For I'm being forced to learn to love unconditionally, without attachment, even sentimentally. It's very challenging right now. For the past, the past is satiety, it is harmony, it is to be fulfilled, and there has been those points of connection that make us see that the truth is unfolding and aligning. Sometimes we get distracted by the delays or whatever. Right now we're still fighting. There is this inner fight within ourselves. So it's about breaking free from lower models of consciousness to emerge into a higher model. And what will be happening in the future is a deprogrammation. It's like letting go of the forces of ego that dominates us. For those forces will still be allowed to dominate until we regain our own power. What we have within ourselves is the teacher. It is called sharing. It is the teacher. It is very much about reminding other people of what they already know in many sense. But it's about continue to teach and to remember that even if you free yourself from certain forms of suffering, you still become conscious of the suffering of others, so you can assist them in that process. On the outside world is like, stop doing too much to please everybody else. It is exhausting. We're not here to please everybody else. We are to maintain our joy, to learn to return to our peace and empowerment, and to do things. But if we do things that are against our own nature just because others demand it, then we're gonna find ourselves exhausted. So as we see, the fight can create some stress within ourselves, but eventually we're going to be free. We're going to connect to this realm. See, the stress is like but eventually we're going to get into this realm. It's like we are the world, this inner and outer worlds, this connection. And so do continue to cultivate this sense of self, of breathing. Once we bypass the control of the ego, the control of the negative egregores and fears and separation. We're going to find the dream. We're going to be able to manifest that dream. That's really why we came here, and God and Spirit are willing to assist, but we need to be continue to purify ourselves, work on ourselves. And as soon as we stop doing too much to always satisfy all of the demands of the matrix, we find love. We're like a tree anchored into the earth. It's good to feel the anchoring into the earth and the connection to heaven, and to be able to love the other, to be life, to be an exchange of love. And it is very important I'm just sharing, expressing some thoughts that knowledge or wisdom or ideas that I'm experiencing to share. I hope they serve you in some way. By the way, I thank you very much for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and I thank you so much for your donations. I wanted to say that the greatest teacher of light are stars. Stars are just not the home of civilizations. They're also pure consciousness of abundance. They're like God consciousness within each star. I've had experiences when stars would come alive and start talking to me, like the Pleiades or other constellation. It was quite amazing. So I'm really eager to reconnect. Right now we see them as something very distant, but as we move into the higher field, we become connected. The firmament will reconnect. We lost that connection at the fall of Atlantis, but eventually we will be able to have this feast of consciousness as we move into the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension means to connect to all that is above and below. Once you're in the fifth dimension, you can choose to return to third, fourth dimension, and you can contemplate the upper planes. Or if your frequency is high enough, you can continue to increase the level. But there is only joy and happiness there. There is no more. If we're not totally when we are totally in joy and happiness, we can say that we're touching that frequency. And I'm here to assist all the fathers of the cosmos in their plans to harmonize, and as far as the Earth planet right now. And so that's what we do. We came here to serve, to have a simple life, simple and spiritual life is plenty good enough. Me, if I can paint, I'll be happy. That's all. It makes my life, gives meaning to my life. But So it's like the plans of God are going to unfold regardless, but they're better when we are here to assist. Know that. That's the reason why we came here in great number. And understand God can use anyone. He can use any dark souls for your highest, to bring you blessings, or He can use anything. Just the way of God is mysterious. So just stay in touch to your inner guidance, because everything is coming into this great fusion of energy, and we don't know what is what. A lot of people are wearing masks and so on, and so there are a lot of people that appear to be dark that are actually agents of the light infiltrated within the darkness, and there were dark agents that infiltrated the light as portrayed as the great benefactor, when behind they're actually kind of dark. But the light is spotting that now, so it's like it won't be long. And so use the fire essence, the 12 sacred fire essence, the white light, to purify it as much as possible, to work with. They have their universal intelligence. They emerge from us, from within our chakra, but they also emerge from the great central sun. The great central sun is another aspect of God you want to connect to receive this light. It come from the great central sun, the supreme creator. Then he goes into the universe, the father, mother, God of the universe. Then the whole the celestial, the archangels and the angels are receiving the command to do things, and things change. Then the ascended master and the galactic participate, and us, the human, for we are depending on the humans are really the deciding factor. As it is said in the Quran, God can only do so much for humanity until humanity changes, and God can come in more. And in the same way, then it's also very clear in the Quran, life is between you and God. That's like, at the end, that's all that matters. Yet, for things to happen on the physical plane, there is the whole spiritual hierarchy has to agree on things. So it takes a little bit longer for things to manifest than if just God can actually bypass all that. And if He sees, we have to trust that whatever happens is the will of God. When we see on the high, sometimes to be contemplative of all that is happening, because we do not know what the process leads each soul in the there's going to be some very important, some massive change have been initiated. For God is so grand in truth, from what I know, is like He can never be affected, and that is one of His affliction, is that He cannot never be affected, although He lives through with us to all the experiences, and we only know the Earth, and then there are millions of other planets in our universe, and hundreds of thousands of other universe, and this is just a little minuscule aspect of what the evolution process is going to become. So of course, just focus on your here and now. It's about the ability to relax with this presence and become comfortable just being in relationship with the Creator, knowing that God is not has no fear or judgment, but relationship to Himself, to you, or to anybody else. It's just everything is used as education tool, and so. Well, looking back at for decades, ever since I've been entering into the spiritual ascension path, decades and decades ago, I've been struggling. It has been a very intense struggle. But now I choose to see it as time for preparation and time for transmutation of doing this inner work. It's I prefer to see it as that. For what right now, what's going to be happening is there's going to be there's going to be more consciousness that are going to come from the celestial realm, the ascended master realm, the galactic realm, the alliance, and then the common population on the planet. Everybody's growing together. Huh? We're gonna do what we can to assist with the balance and the integration. Sometimes we don't know. We have to ask for guidance. What's important is just to live in the heart center. Your heart center is where God resides. There is the whole universe of universes. He exists in a very beautiful spiritual form, more beautiful than anything outside, within yourself, in much more refined way. So we're discovering that little by little. And just imagine the emerald heart. The emerald heart is a beautiful heart. Imagine this, you're in this huge room in the heart of hearts, and there's this emerald heart in the center of the room. It's the heart of God, and there are trillions and infinite number of hearts in the heart of heart, where everything is God loves all these beings, even if they don't know, they don't recognize God yet. But you can communicate from heart to heart when you project yourself into the heart of heart, so with any soul. So it is a great place to commune and to integrate also this divine great light. And so this is what I wanted to come and speak about today. I think I'm going to finish with a song. Thank you very much once again. I'm going to finish with a song. This one? I'm going to try this one. So it's like a jazz song. It was a Billie Holiday that sang it. It's called, then I'm going to put some more oracles. It's called Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. Oh baby, do you understand me now? Sometimes I feel a little mad. Well, you know, no one alive can always be an angel. When things go wrong, you've seen some bad. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. If I seemed edgy, I want you to know that I never meant to take it out on you. Life has its problems, and I got my share. And that's one thing I never meant to do, 'cause I love you. Oh baby, don't you know I'm just human? And I've got thoughts like any other man. And sometimes I find myself alone and regretting some foolish things I've done. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Baby, don't you know I'm just human, and I've got thoughts like any other man, and sometimes I find myself alone regretting some foolish things I'm done, 'cause I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Well, we can always, we're not always going to be understood. So it's like, just be true to yourself, try to understand what spirit is communicating to us. Sometimes we don't understand even that. To understand ourselves is already, and to become dominant over all our energy, our mental energy, so that we don't become submissive to demons or astral entities. There still have plenty of them in the world. We don't want to talk about that. People use them every day. But they're really no threats. Once we move into this frequency of light and love, we are able to ask the sacred fire, to ask angels or archangels, if you need, or ascended masters, to assist you whenever you need. But you always already have the power to transform this light into this world into a world of light. We already have that power. We came here, and we're getting great assistance from all realms. The observer is the mission. We're getting ready for this mission. It's gonna be intense, but joyful, hopefully. For sure. Where the highest wisdom is clairvoyance. To be as clairvoyant as possible, to see behind the veil. What we need to understand is family. For me, it's like my business is going to be a family business. It's like, it's all about family. Or maybe marriage is a human institution, but family is a divine instance, and it's like we own the family of God. There are many families within the kingdoms of God, realms. There are classification, yet in truth we're all connected, all one, all part of the Creator, sons and daughters of God. What we need to do is cultivate luck, to accept the luck, the happy circumstances, the unexpected blessing, to expect the unexpected blessing, and the outcome will be holding the globe of creation. There's going to be a lot of ability to, we're going to have a lot of ability to recreate all kinds of new things. It's going to be a lot of fun. Well, I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Salat.